Approximately 2,000 all-steel Eli windmills were produced by the Kregel Windmill Company between 1903 and 1983. Most were sold within a 50-mile radius of Nebraska City, and about 100 of the Eli windmills are left standing today. The height of production was 1923, when 130 Eli all-steel windmills were produced. In the metal working area, the factory workers would start with a sheet of galvanized steel that they would place in the foot-actuated cutter in order to cut blanks for the windmill blades. These metal blanks were then run through the roller to make the blade concave. That process helps make a metal windmill 87% more efficient than a wooden windmill. Then the curved blade is run through the crimper, which makes a double crimp on the end of the blade. This process helps provide additional strength to the blade. The next step is to take the blade through the homemade piece of equipment that makes an indentation into the blade. This simple but important step was necessary because that is where the outer rim piece would fit against the blade. The final step in constructing the wheel section was to rivet the inner and outer rim pieces to the windmill blades, thus creating a complete windmill section. The windmill head assembly area is where the Eli windmill head was assembled. A drop forge was used to build one metal component that attached the tail vane pipe to the tail vane of the windmill. A piece of metal was heated in the forge, and the drop forge was used to pound the metal into the needed shape. The drop forge is attached to the line shaft to assist the operator. The forge itself is homemade in design, but does use a Buffalo forge blower. A 180-pound hay button farrier's anvil sits next to the forge. Each worker in the Kregel Windmill factory was trained as a blacksmith, as well as being trained to work at every other station in the factory. The shear punch, which was called an iron worker, was built circa 1875. It was used to cut heavy pieces of tower and also punch holes in the tower. Workers could complete the task of cutting and punching the tower pieces more quickly and accurately with the assistance of an iron worker. A large metal band was made to fix this heavy piece of equipment. The metal band served as a kind of large metal band-aid for the shear. The shear is the only piece of equipment that would run continuously all day long, making it a dangerous piece of equipment. To operate the punch, the operator would lift up the floorboard, revealing a bench seat where the operator would sit. He would then feed the tower pieces into the punch and operate the punch via a lever on the side of the machine. A turret lathe allows an operator to perform multiple tasks without having to reset the equipment. A key cutter was used to cut a notch in the crank plate so that it could be securely fitted to the crank shaft. The spindle drill press allowed the operator to utilize 4 different sized drill bits. This helped save time so that different sized drill bits did not have to be changed constantly. When you walk into the office today, you will see that it's still set to the way it was when it was in use. There is 112 years of business records for the Kregel Windmill factory, making it one of the most complete collections in Nebraska. In the Kregel Windmill Factory Museum, you will find one of 13 remaining original factory line shaft systems in the USA that are still in their original position. It is also one of 28 such line shaft systems found in the world.